every so often, I hear people talk about on television as well as friends. They talk about how they feel or that they've heard that China becoming so big in terms of its economic power that that's a threat to America, or that China, for whatever reason, is a threat to America for any given reason. What I wanted to do was quickly give just a little bite around why I actually do not believe that China is a threat to America, right? So that if this ever comes up, if you ever hear this in the future, or if you've heard this before for that matter, you can have an alternative perspective to consider, right? So, number one, let me give a little background on America's relationship with China. It's a relatively complicated relationship because China is a manufacturing superpower. What does that mean? That means that their economy is largely based on manufacturing. They produce a lot of things. They make TVs. They make everything. They make everything. Toys. Their economy is based on they manufacture things and they sell them to the rest of the world. Their biggest customer happens to be American companies. America is their biggest customer. So with that said, you go through your house, you pick up 5 different products or 5 different objects in your house. Go to your office, go wherever you are right now, pick up some objects, and I bet you that the majority of them will be made in China. Before I started taping this, I picked up my cell phone just to see, because I didn't want to come on here and sound like an idiot. Anyway, I've got a case on my phone, and the case made in China. The phone designed in California, assembled in China, right? Everything is made in China. Well, not everything, but a lot of things are made in China. So, anyway, that's America is China's biggest customer, right? So, America is also China's biggest borrower. When America needs money to finance things like the bailout, to finance things like aspects of our budget that we're not bringing in enough money to finance, we borrow the money from China through a number of ways, right? So long story short, that's our relationship with China. We're their biggest customer, but we're also their biggest borrower. So you will hear people in the media saying that it's an issue for us to be borrowing so much money from China because at some point in time, China may say, hey, I want my money back. Pay me my money back. And because America doesn't have the money in the first place, which is why we're borrowing money from them, if at the time they ask for the money back and we don't have it, people fear that it could be an issue. Point number one around why that is likely not to happen. As I explained earlier, we are China's biggest customer, right? The backbone of China's economy is based on us buying things. China is based in communism. What does that mean? That means the government is deeply involved in aspects of the Chinese economy. In America, our government makes its money largely through businesses and people like myself, like yourself, paying taxes. We make money through whatever we do, then we pay taxes. That's what finances the government. China is a little bit different. While they do have taxes there, the government makes a ton of money because they also own large parts of Chinese companies. The government owns a lot of the companies, the power companies, technology companies, all kinds of stuff. The government owns a piece of it. So manufacturing companies, that's a big one. So the more things we buy from China, the more money the government makes in China, right? Which means the more money that they can loan us and collect interest on, because when you loan money, you collect interest, obviously. So from that respect, China's making money on both ends from us. They make money from us buying things. They make money from us borrowing money from them and having to pay that back with interest. With all of that said, China's not going to bite the hand that feeds it. China has no incentive whatsoever to come to America and say, give us all the money that you owe us, if they know that we can't afford to give it to them. Why? Because that would really hurt our economy if we had to do that. And China doesn't want to hurt our economy because we are spewing money. We're like a faucet pouring money into their economy, right? Their economy's growth is based on our economy pouring money into them through buying things. That's why China wouldn't hurt us. In addition to that, from a military standpoint, China can't really do much to us anyway, because one thing that people don't know is that America controls most of the major waterways. The Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, most of the major waterways, most of the major oceans in the world, America's military actually controls it because we're the main ones who patrol it. What does that mean? It's very hard to attack any country. Let's say China tried to, get ballsy on us and try to attack us for any given reason. Why would they? But whatever. We control all the waterways. They can't fly a plane across the Atlantic Ocean or across the Pacific Ocean without us being okay with it. Because why? Because we've got boats down there that can shoot down anything. They couldn't send a nuclear weapon. Why? Because we've got boats down there that can shoot the bomb down. We control all the water. When you control the water, you control the world. That's a fact. So with that said, from an economic standpoint, China's not doing anything to us because, frankly, we spend too much money there. Secondly, from a military standpoint, they have no incentive to do anything to us because they can't, because we control all the waterways. I'm saying all to say, chill out if you do have concerns around what China's growth can mean for America. And also, if you hear something in the future where someone says something around, hey, we should be concerned about China becoming so big and so powerful and them loaning us so much money, you can be able to have a different perspective or have an alternative perspective to consider around why that's not necessarily a doom and gloom situation. These are just my views. I could be wrong, but I'm not. So anyway, if you have some views that you'd like to share, please feel free to share them with me. Until next time.